Very good morning, students. Welcome you all to our prestigious IIT and NEET Foundation, our Focus C program by Krishnaveni Talent Schools and the Mastermind Schools. So once again, I welcome all the class 8 students for today's session. Welcome all the students back to the studies after the first term holidays. Hope your holidays are safe and fine. So as you can see all on the screen, and you all, everybody aware about. So my subject is physics. We are in class 8th. Today we are going to start a new chapter, pressure, or you can call it as force and pressure. Force and pressure. So we are going to learn about two important terms in physics, force and pressure. So we are in the session number 1, right? So already we completed the 2 chapters earlier. Today we are entering into the chapter number 3, pressure as per our material. So in this chapter we learn about what is force, what is pressure, what types of pressures we can see in a practical or in a day-to-day life, right? So it plays vital role in our regular life. Okay, so force and pressure leads for so many important laws also, so many important applications like how aeroplane is flying, how the boat is floating on water. So many doubts in your mind are cleared after completing this particular chapter, right? Shall we move? Okay. So I'll show one video also related to this. So this is our chapter, force and pressure. So in synopsis 1, we learn about the force first. What? We learn about force. So we know it is a common word in physics because as you learn about the motion, the cause of motion is force only. So without force, neither body can move from rest to motion. We cannot move from rest to motion, right? Or we cannot come from motion to rest. Or neither we can change the direction. So if you want to see all these 3, the cause is force. Force is required to change the direction. Force is required to move a body. Force is required to stop a body. So that's why it's called cause of motion. Force is a cause of motion. Very important point. Right? Force is a cause of motion. Whether body may be at rest, if you want to move it, we need force. Body is in motion. If you want to stop or slow down, we require force. Body is in a particular direction. If you want to change the direction, require force. Right? You can see the example here. A force may be defined as an external cause which changes or tend is nothing but tend to change the state. S is the state of rest or uniform motion of a body in straight line. So this is a definition of force. A force may be defined as an external cause. We are giving from outside, right? Cause which changes or try to change the state of rest or motion is called force. So in our everyday language, force is associated with the push or pull. So simply push or pull which changes the state of rest or motion of a body is called force. It may be either push or pull. Push is away from you, pull is towards you. So when you go to any supermarkets or any malls, we can see on door you can find push or pull. According to that, you can open the door and you can enter or you can come out. Right? It's a simple cause. Clear? So there are some examples are given. A football lying at the center of the football court at the beginning of the game remains remains at the rest till player kick it. So they'll place the ball in the center first before start of the game. Both the teams joins there. So if you keep seeing that it cannot move, what you have to do? You have to kick the ball. Until unless ball is kicked, it cannot move. Correct? Similarly, when you want to open the door, second example given here. So when you want to open the door, we have to push the door handle, and when you want to close the door, we have to pull the handle with our hands. Pushing or pulling. Sorry, pulling or pushing. Pushing is away from you. Pulling is towards you. So either pushing or pulling, suppose you are sitting at dining table, there are wonderful dishes are there. You have so many varieties of foods in front of you. If you sit without any application of force, they can't come to you. You have to move the food towards you, balls move towards you. You have to move. You have to move them towards you so that you can serve and you can enjoy the food. Correct or not? So if you stand like this, it cannot come to you. How shown in the olden movies. It won't happen. Either you have to apply the force to enjoy the anything. You have to apply the force to open the door or close the door. You have to apply the force to hit the ball. So cause is very important for the motion. The cause is called force. Force is the cause. Correct? Right, all of you? Sir, note down very important points about the force. All you make a note as a points here. So first point you can write here. Point number 1. A force may be defined as, up to here you can write with example. In this is right. Example 1 and example is remains is also example. Want W. Some words are misread. So write down 1. Example 2. Second point is example. Third one is also second example. 3 points you can write here. First point. A force may be defined as an external cause which changes or tends to changes the state here. S will come. State of rest or of uniform motion of a body. Right? So in our everyday language, force is associated with the push or pull. All as 1 point. Second point is example, example. Example 1, example 2, you can write 2, 3 points. 3 points totally overall you can see on the screen to understand the force. So it is external cause only. We are applying from externally to make the body to change its state. Either body may be at rest or body may be in motion. You want to change the state, you need to apply the force. That is the reason it's called as a cause of motion. So you can write a 4th point also of writing 3. Force is a cause of motion. Cause of motion. So first we learn about totally about the force. Then we'll move to the next part of the force, that is pressure. This chapter deals about the 2 important terms. Right. So write down all 3 points in your notebook as a synopsis 1. And day 1, of course, today. We have started today only. So good to see the branches joined very nicely. Banur branch, Dulapalli, and maybe some Falaknama. Good to see Falaknama branch. Sushmita, Indra Sen, Gudi Malkapur, Vani Block, Nalgonda, and the Mastermind School. I don't know which school, the name. Please, ECIL and some 591120. Please log in with your school ID so that we can come to know that which school is participating. So that you can guide in your future also about the IIT classes. Right? Right, 4 points. Definition of force, 2 examples of force, and finally, force is a cause of motion. Without cause, we cannot do any work. We cannot imagine our life without force. First, we thought motion is very important, right? So without motion, you can thought it is nothing is there, as per the Einstein. But how body will move? With force only. So force plays most important role, which is discovered by Isaac Newton over anxiety. Everybody is studying about motion. So different types of motions you can see. But how body is moving? What is the reason behind the motion? While studying in that time, various scientists in ancient time, so Newton is the person who discovered the word called force, which is having the so many, it can do so many things. Force can do so many things. Right? Clear? So we learn know what is the force. It's nothing but simply push or pull. So given here, further explanation. So what is push? A body at rest can be set in motion and moving body can be brought to the rest, pushing the body. So a baby walks by pushing baby walker. You know walkers, no? With walkers we call move. Pushing means moving away from us is called pushing. Pushing a door to open or to shut. That is called one kind of force push. Next, to pull. The direction of motion of the body can be changed by means of pulling the body. Pulling the body. A load lifted by using pulley. By using pulley will lift the load or water from the well. The pull by engine when train moves. We can pull the chain to stop the engine also. So these are the two actions are called force. So force is either push or pull, which changes the state of motion, right? Or state of the body, or tend to change. It is not compulsory. Every force will change the position of a body. Sometimes it's try, but it cannot change. Right? So there are various types of force are there. So I can see after knowing about the push and pull, push is nothing but moving away from us. Away from us. Pulling is nothing but towards us. Right? So pulling towards us is called pulling. Body moving body towards us is called pulling. Away from us is called pushing. Both are very important for us. If you want to move any body away, you push like this. If you want to take your side, you pull like this. So for example, when you are sitting on dining table, we need to apply the pulling force. When you suppose your vehicle is stopped, it asks you to push it. Right? Both are comes under force only. Both are the examples of force, either push or pull. Okay. So after knowing the effects of force, we'll go for the one video I'll show you. So what is the effect of force? What force will do? I told force can be change the shape of the object. Force can change the shape of the object. Example, can I tell? When you are preparing a chapati. So when you apply force on the duff, right? Chapati duff, chapati shape will change. Either it may come in the form of circle or rectangle, triangle, whatever it may be. The change of shape. As you are applying the force, the shape of the body changes. Example. Similarly, tire. When you are filling the air in tire, suppose your air, no air in your tire of cycle. So when you apply force, what happens? It is bulges and shape of the tire changes. So the first point is force can change the shape of the object. Agree with or not? When you are applying the force, by applying force, you can change the shape of object. Next one, move an object from one position to position of rest. Right? So body is at rest. By applying force, what we can do? We can move the body. Suppose you are sitting on bench, you want to move the bench, what will do? We'll apply some force. The force is applied to move a body from rest. Next, change the speed of motion. Suppose you are going by bike or cycle. You are in hurry. You want to reach the destination very fast. What will do? You'll apply the more force. As long as you are applying the force, body with the great speed. Means force also increases the speed. So change the direction of motion. If you want to change the direction, right, left, wherever you want, you can change only by applying the force. Right. So lastly, a force can stop the moving object or slow down. So not only from rest to motion, if you want to come from motion to rest also or slow down also, you need to apply the force. Suppose your acceleration you apply, move fast. To decrease the acceleration, it is slow down. Either you can increase the speed or decrease the speed by the application of force. So these are called effects of force. All are comes under effects. What force can do? What force can do? Force can change the shape. Force can change the size. Force can change the position. Force can increase the speed. Force can change the direction. Force also can decrease the speed. That much effect is there for the force applied on a body. Agree or not? Right? So, some more points before going for the video. So, we'll see the one video before this, right? After video, I'll explain that. Just watch the video about the force. All
Sanya, a 13-year-old teenage girl studying in class 8 who loves to explore new things. Mummy, Sanya's mother, a 40-year-old lady who lives in the city. She helps Sanya in exploring new things. Kabir, Sanya's elder brother, a 14-year-old boy studying in class 9 who helps Sanya in all her explorations. Oof, this is too heavy. Bhaiya, this table is so heavy. Can you please help me push it?
Push. See the word.
I want to remove it from here.
Sure, Sanya.
Let's try moving this with both hands. It will definitely move then.
See how they are pushing.
Done.
This was so not possible alone. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Well, pushing it together helped move table even faster.
Yes, I remember having read that to move an object you need to either push it or pull it. So does that mean that by pushing or pulling an object, we can actually applying force on it? Is it?
See, so many pictures
Yes.
are there to explain.
Okay. Can you tell me where all have you used force since morning?
Let me think. Things like opening and shutting a door, kicking a ball, opening and closing a drawer, pulling out a book from the book rack.
Everywhere you can apply the force.
Friends, can you help me find some more examples?
Sanya, can you guess what will happen if you push the table from this side and I push it from the opposite side?
Won't move.
Oh, that is so obvious, Bhaiya. Either the table will not move at all, or whoever pushes it harder will be able to move it.
So what do you think? Can a force be more, less or equal to another force?
Yes, Bhaiya, like you are older than me, you will be able to put more force than me.
That's
Tug of war.
exactly what happens in the game of tug of war too.
Tug of war, you
When
will see.
two teams pull a rope in opposite directions with equal force, the rope doesn't move, and whichever team pulls with more force wins the game.
Bhaiya, I want to know more about force.
Oh sure, Sanya. Let's find out. See, This is your childhood toy car. Can you push it gently to move it? Good. Now push it again with some more force and see what happens.
Bhaiya, it is moving
That is the
faster
effect
now.
of force. That is impact of force.
Friends, this reminds me of the rubber tire game. The rubber tire had to be pushed continuously to make it move faster. Sanya, can you tell me what will happen if you put your palm in front of this moving toy car? The car will stop right here. Oh, so you mean if we apply force in the direction of a moving object, it will move faster. On the other hand, if we apply force in an opposite direction, then either it will slow down or completely stop moving. Am I right, Bhaiya?
Absolutely right, Sanya.
Friends, can you also tell us some examples where force affects the speed of an object? We see such examples in the playground and very frequently. Can you list them?
Does force change only the speed of an object? What do you think?
So other effects are.
Bhaiya, even I want to know about it.
Look at the people playing badminton outside. Can you find any difference in the impact of force there?
The shuttlecock went straight when hit by the first player,
Changes the direction.
but it turned in opposite direction when hit by the second player. So friends, does this mean that the direction of motion of an object can also be changed by applying force to it? What do you think?
Kabir and Sanya, I need your help. Can you both come here?
Bhaiya, look at this
See, I told
chapati.
her.
Can you see how force is applied while rolling it?
Change of
See
shape.
how its shape has changed. The round dough ball has
Shape,
now
size.
become flat. Bhaiya, when I pull this elastic ring,
No,
then
catapult.
also its shape changes. Oh, now I understand. Some objects change shape when force is applied on them. This also happens when we press
Balloon.
a rubber balloon or a ball. Oh, my ball, Bhaiya. Please catch it for me. Bhaiya, how is it that no force was applied on this ball? Then also it slowed down and stopped in the end? How is it possible? Does this ball too have some kind of force? Friends, I had read that to apply force on an object, there must be some interaction between the body and that object. Otherwise, a rope, stick or another object can be used to apply force. But here there is no such thing.
Sanya, what if it is not the interaction between our body and the object, but instead it is between the ball and the floor? Do you think it is possible?
Friends, can you help me with this?
Sanya, what do you think, can force be applied only by an interaction or contact between two objects? Do you know about the non-contact force?
Yes, Mummy. I had read
We'll
that
discuss.
gravitational pull is an example of non-contact force. When we throw a coin, it falls straight on the ground due to the gravitational pull. All objects fall towards the earth because of Earth's gravitational pull. Am I right, Mummy?
Yes, Sanya. Can magnetic force also be an example of non-contact force? What do you think?
That I'll explain you. What is contact, non-contact?
Let's try it and find out.
Or
We'll
conjugate
take
property.
these two
See here.
magnets. If we bring like poles towards each other, these magnets repel each other.
And what happens when we bring the unlike poles towards each other?
Well, they attract each other. Do you remember we read about it in class 7? I get it. Magnets can exert force on each other without any contact. This is also non-contact force.
You are absolutely right, Sanya. Come, I want to show you something else too. Let's take this plastic
Electric
comb
force.
and rub it in our hair. Now bring it near the bits of paper.
Oh, Bhaiya, this comb is attracting the bits of paper.
Sanya, now can you guess what kind of force will cause this attraction?
Electric.
Bhaiya, is it static electric force? Friends, do you remember reading about a straw when rubbed with paper becomes a charged object? I think by rubbing this comb, a charge is created in it, which can apply force even when not in contact with other objects. Am I right?
See how
You are
beautifully
absolutely
explaining about
right,
the force.
Sanya. We learned
So this is completely about the force. Right? What is exactly the force? Right? You are clear? So the word force is explained wonderfully with various examples. And what is the effects of force also? Effects of force. We have seen. So we wrote the 4th points. You can note even this also. You can write what is the push, what is the pull is of point number 5, point number 6, and 7th is about the effect of force. All 4 effects are there. Change of shape, change of size, change of speed, change of direction. Right? So direction of force applied. So many things are there. Push or pull of one direction. Push, what is push? So this is completely about the force. Right? So when you come to the part of types of forces, types of force, there are so many forces you can see in our day-to-day life. And all the forces are classified into 2 categories. Just now we are seen in the video. One is contact force, other one is non-contact force. You can note this. Contact and non-contact types of force. Right? So contact, name itself indicates. So applying the force by contacting with each other. For example, your muscular force. Muscular. Will apply. Suppose you want to move anything body, you will apply some muscular force and pull the body. Is an example for that. Contact force is a muscular force, right? So frictional force. Frictional force, the nature's force, which also comes under the contact force. Muscular force, frictional force, or comes under contact forces. Non-contact means without direct contact also the force can be applied. Just now we have seen in the video, right? That is gravitational force is example. Gravitational. Without direct contacts, a body is pulled. And magnetic force and electric force are comes under this. Of course, in this you can come across normal force, muscular force, frictional force, normal force. Many more will come across in our day-to-day life. Right? All the forces, they may be either push or pull on a body, are classified into mainly 2 categories, contact and non-contact. Examples of contact force are muscular force, frictional force, normal force, right? And you can call it spring force also will come. Spring force. When you hang the weight to the body, spring will exert the pressure or force. Spring force comes under that category. Right? So when the 2 bodies are in contact, when forces act on that, that is called contact. Without contact, also the force is exerted like gravitational, magnetic, and electric force. So many here, so many are there. Like centripetal force is also a contact. Centripetal. Right, centripetal force, which come across when we learn. Okay. So these all comes under the different types of forces. So we learn about what is force, what is push, what is pull, what is the effect of force, and what are the different types of force classified into contact and non-contact forces. So out of this contact and non-contact, so many examples are given. Muscular force, frictional force, normal force, spring force, centripetal force, centrifugal force, so many are there. In non-contact, without contact also you can exert the force on a body like gravitational force, magnetic force, electric force, all comes under non-contact forces and many more are there. Right? So note on that. So totally 8 points for today's synopsis. Right? So 4 already are written. 5, 6, 7, push, pull and effect of forces. And 8th one is types of forces with example. Just like this tree, in the form of tree you can write. Okay? You know, frictional force is commonly exerted in the nature. Nature's force. Already discussed about the force. So force is either a push or pull on an object which changes or try to change the position of a body. Right? So what is push? A body moves away from you is called pushing. Moving the body away from us is called pushing. Moving the body towards us is called pulling. And the force can change the direction, change the shape, change the size, change the speed of the object. That is the effects of forces. Then types of forces. The force can be broadly classified into contact force and non-contact force. Right? So contact force are muscular force, frictional force, spring force, centripetal force, whereas non-contact force are gravitational force, magnetic force, and electric force. So explanation again also in the video, wonderful explanation given in the video also. Okay. So this is completely about the force. First, hope you are clear about the word force by now. And you can make it as a project also. You can list out the contact and non-contact forces which are observed in your day-to-day life. And you can prepare one chart. You can display in your classrooms to make the classroom very colorful. Right? You can collect the examples, pictures also from Google. And colorful pictures you can paste and you can display so that you can remember for a long time. Visualization. So very wonderful, important word, force. Because without this, there is no physics. Without the word force, physics cannot exist. Of course, our life also not exist. No force is there, it is sitting at one place only. No work is done, no motion, nothing. Correct or not? Do you agree with me? Yes. So this is totally about the overall view of the force, the one word synopsis, right? So when you move to the next classes, we can see so many, of course, we'll discuss about what is mass and what is weight in the next class. In force, again, they explain about the gravitational force, force of gravity. Already we discussed and we have shown already mass and weight, and then we'll go to the thrust or force, electrostatic force. Just now you have seen the video also. Both electrostatic force and gravitational force are the example of non-contact forces. Okay. So in next class, we'll continue to discuss about mass and weight and gravitational force. Then we'll enter into the pressure. Right? So what is exactly the thrust? What is the pressure? Right? So we are clear about what is exactly about the force we learned. So the same thing you can write as a homework here for today. Okay. You can make it as a Homework. Define force. Mention the types of forces. Right. So this is for today. Homework. You write the homework in your notebook and take the signature from your teachers and parents. Okay. So what we learned today are almost 8 points. All the 8 points you can mention in this. So tomorrow next class we'll continue with the mass and weight followed by pressure. Right. So thank you very much, students. Have a wonderful day. See you in the next class.